lot of work in some communities just like this. And a lot of people are thinking, okay, should I stay or should I go if I put it up for sale? Again, I'm not going to get exactly what I want. Go ahead.
I had a question. Fans. It was theory, I think, that the fan melted into the ceiling. You didn't see it, but it was utilized and useful. Now the idea is to draw your eye to the fan?
It just depends on your decor, quite honestly. I think it matters what kind of furniture you have. I personally like pretty fans. It's up there anyway. Why not treat it like a light fixture? But if you have a very simple, subtle background and you want it to disappear, you have tall ceilings, it might be a good idea to do a white, simple fan. It's all about your surrounding area and making everything tie in. Not one thing should stand out exclusively. It's all about flow and function, making everything kind of look like it belongs there and it wasn't an afterthought. That's my opinion. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? All right, so if you're thinking perhaps that you might like to stay in your house and you've been there for a while, some upgrades that obviously could be considered are reupholstering, window treatments, things of that nature. Things are dated sometimes, and by picking a color palette, and I tell people, if you're just a little tired and it's looking a little bit dreary, you might start with a pattern first, or a stripe, or whatever your taste goes to, but your main pieces are very, very critical. And that's how you develop a color scheme. For example, over here, let's just say this is your taste and you like a pattern. You want to cover your couch and freshen it up. Then you'll go from there and you'll decide what color to pick on your walls. But when people call us sometimes for a color consult and it's not for staging, then it's a personal thing, but you have to have a starting point. You shouldn't just paint your walls a color. You need to have an idea of where you're going so that, again, everything starts to take place and go together so it all makes sense. So pulling colors together is really a great thing, but you've got to start with a base print or a pattern. If you have an oriental rug or some flooring that's patterned that you decided to bring back with you from up north, that's a big key, integral part in your decor. So you pull from there and then you start building the room around.
With reupholstery being so expensive and furniture honestly having gone down in price
If you buy
dramatically.
disposable furniture, yes.
Well, it's all disposable. How do you make the decision whether to reupholster your current
Structure.
furniture?
It's really about structure, how it was made. Right now, yes, furniture is very, very inexpensive, but it's not quality pieces. If you bought pieces 20, 30 years ago, the chances are that it was constructed far better than it is now. People took pride in their work. And you see that with everything, with construction of homes and so forth. True craftsmen. Nowadays, they're slapping it together. It's not even made out of real wood. 3, 4 years, you're still paying for it. That's what they're showing you on TV. Get it at Rooms to Go. And then it's falling apart. If it's structurally a sound piece and you feel that it sits well in your room, first of all, it's all about size, proportion, scale. It's a comfortable piece. It's a good piece. It's probably worth the investment. But it is expensive to do. There's no doubt because it's one piece at a time. You've got a craftsman who's working. We've picked out the fabric, but nothing transforms your space and kind of customizes it, gets you off to a new beginning. Better than that because you have carte blanche to dictate where you want to go if it's a good piece. If it's not the right piece, start over. And a lot of times you don't have to go buy disposable furniture. You can go to a consignment store and pick up a good piece of furniture that someone's just tired of and transform it from that point and bring new life into it. And really bringing new life into our surroundings is kind of a good thing. If you start off with quality pieces to begin with, it's a good idea just to build from that. You don't get so tired of it, and if you do and it's time to refresh it, then you can reinvest in it because you know it's a good quality piece. Anybody else have any questions?